Ellen here. Hope you're having a great day. And today's video is really just to put the skepticism away. Believe it or not, there are still a lot of people who are really skeptical about the opportunity with MCA. Knowing me and everything, they still are very unsure of if this is actually a legitimate income opportunity. And I am a very humble person. I'm not the type of person to really flaunt my earnings or show off my money or throw dollars around everywhere. That's not really my nature. But I wanted to actually show you proof of the income opportunity with MCA because I think that it is important for you to actually physically see it with your eyes. And so I'm going to do a screen share today. I'm going to show you a couple of different pieces of information pertaining to my earnings with my previous company and my earnings with MCA. Now, this isn't a knock on the previous company. They are a very great company and I enjoyed every moment of my experience with that company and I gained a lot from it. I took a lot away from it and I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't change that for the entire world. But there are some big differences between that company and this company, and one of them is definitely the compensation plan. So when I got involved in internet marketing, I really wanted to be able to help my family, but I wanted to be able to help other people. And more often than not, I was seeing a lot of people join me that were struggling to make income. They had been in it for a year even in some cases and couldn't even generate a few extra $100 each month, and that to me was not serving them. So I started praying for a new opportunity to be placed into my path, and lo and behold, MCA was placed into my path. And I was really scared to make the switch because at the time that I left my previous company, I was making a very decent paycheck, more than most at that point. I had moved up to the 5th rank in the company and there were only 3 other ranks above me to get to the top of the company. So walking away from that was very scary. It was kind of a risk and I think a lot of people thought that I was crazy. But when God lays something in front of you and you know that, then you move. You're obedient to that and you do exactly what He's telling you to do, and that's what I did. And so even though I'm not making now what I was making after 2 years with my previous company, I am still making more in my first couple of months than I was making after a year into that company. So I want to show you proof of that today. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen shared with you so that I can actually show you proof. All right, so now I'm sharing my screen with you, and what you see in front of you is actually a screenshot of my Chase account. I took a screenshot, I opened it up in the Paint document so I could blur out some information that I didn't want y'all to see. Don't need you to have my banking information, and I also don't want to release the details of my previous company. This isn't a knock on my previous company at all. I just want to show you the income opportunity that's truly there with MCA. So I started internet marketing in October of 2015. My first paycheck was in November, but my first full month's paycheck was in December. I couldn't get back to that month because it was too far back in the history. It would only go back 24 months. So the first month that I could give as proof to you was in March. Now, this was actually a paycheck in which I double promoted. I double promoted in the month of February, where I went up 2 ranks within the company. And when I was paid out in March, I collected a paycheck of $290.80. Now, every paycheck before that was less, obviously, and every paycheck after that continued to increase. And there were some months that it fluctuated because, the volume or the sales fluctuated, and the ranks, sometimes you drop your rank and lose your rank and things like that. So, but they were always, more than obviously the first 6 months here that you're seeing in front of you. Now, this is my paychecks with MCA, and my first week wasn't even a full week. I started towards the end of a pay week, but I was really happy because I did make 1 sale and I had already almost doubled my money back from what I invested. And then
These were the following weeks where I collected $400 in a week, $250 in a week, $160 in a week, and then $650 in a week. And this was even during Christmas time when people were not thinking about investing into an opportunity. They were looking to spend money on Christmas gifts. I still was able to bring in income. And in the first 5 weeks or 4.5 weeks of my journey with MCA, I made $1,500, or yeah, just over $1,500, $1,545.87. Okay, so think about that. With my previous company in the month of March, which was nearly 6 months in, I collected a $290 paycheck. And with my first 4.5 weeks with MCA, I've accumulated $1,500, over $1,500. So that is what I'm trying to show you here, is that this is a legitimate income opportunity where you are paid what you are worth. When I was with my previous company, for most of that time, I was working full-time. I had a full-time job. I was a mom and a wife, and I had a very busy schedule. And I worked so hard and I hustled so hard because I wanted to come home to my babies, which I was able to do. But when I got home, I realized that I didn't want to have to work so hard and hustle all day long and be stuck to my phone, and I had to start seeking out other opportunities. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, like, I really don't spend a whole lot of time on my business every day. I enjoy my time freedom, and here I am collecting more money weekly than I made several months into my previous internet marketing endeavor.
So that's today's video. I just, like I said, wanted to show you proof of what I was actually earning before versus what I'm earning now. There are a lot of people who have decided to join me that have collected paychecks within their first few weeks without having to work so hard, and that's something else that was really important to me, was that I was going to be able to come home and spend time with my kids and not be stuck to my phone. I don't want that for my family. I don't want that for anybody's family. I know most people are busy. They have lives, you know, they've got families and they've got things that they've got to do on a day-to-day basis, and I don't want to bring people on board with me to have this consume their lives. Now, if in the first month, just spending a few hours on this is going to help someone to bring in $1,500, I know that that can make a huge impact. There was actually a statistic that I read recently, how just an extra $500 could save so many marriages, could save people from bankruptcy, could save people from having to put their house up for sale. I mean, just an extra $500 can make a difference, and that is something that people are making weekly with MCA. So I'm enjoying the journey. I'm loving the journey, only a few short months into it, and this income is in addition to 2 other streams of income. So if you're impressed with what's being earned with MCA, you'll be very impressed. You'll be mind blown about the income streams that come in from my sponsor's Wi-Fi well system, and this is what you'll have access to it as an associate for MCA. So you'll be able to go into the system and income, or set up income offers for 2 other opportunities. The first one is a pay per lead, which is literally where you're going to get paid income just from the leads, whether or not they decide to join you in MCA or whether or not they decide to opt into the benefits and the services that MCA provides. So this is just income from MCA, and the system's going to provide 2 additional streams of income as well. If that's something that you think you would be interested in, if you think $40 is worth starting your journey with me, then you can click the link in the description below and start setting up your Wi-Fi well system today. Definitely get in touch with me after you do so that I can get you access to training, show you where to post, what you can post to start bringing in that weekly income, and I'll be with you every step of the way. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you guys have a great one.